come on, I'm not that white. Hey. How do you get out of this thing? So, the plan was okay, but the execution was flawed. Circus. My name is Tristan Sartoris, and I cannot do an Irish accent. But what is up, guys? Welcome back to the show. It is episode 50. What? What episode is it? Do we not know? No, because we're over a year into the game. It's time that we don't bore ourselves with the sequential order details of the podcast, okay? We are an established monument and pillar of success here in the game, okay? So we don't even worry about what number of episode we're on, okay? Although it's still at episode 54, you know your boy keeps count because he technically still cares. But he's gonna put up the facade and pretend he doesn't, so I don't know what episode it is. But it's 54. But guys, welcome back to the show. I'm so happy to have you here with me today. Hope you're having a beautiful weekend. Hope you had a beautiful St. Patrick's Day, dude. I'm having a beautiful St. Patrick's Day today because, you know, I record this on Thursday, release it on Friday. Again, we don't worry ourselves about the podcast releasing schedule because we're a year in, right? We know the system. We're bad. We're hip. Who's down? You down. I'm down. You down. We know it. We all know what's going on. But yeah, I hope you had a great, awesome St. Patrick's Day. And, you know, you don't hear St. Patrick enough, right? It's always St. Patty. I've been thinking about this a little bit, not a lot, just a little bit. Okay, I've been thinking about it a lot. Guys, why do we say St. Patty? Okay, his name was Patrick. St. Patrick, he was a saint. He wasn't just a regular guy. He wasn't just a regular guy named Patrick, which in and of itself is disrespectful to call him Patty in general. But if it's a saint, he's a saint named Patrick, and you call him St. Patty? No, it's wrong. We're going to honor the guy. We're going to say his full name, St. Patrick. Okay, no more St. Patty baloney, guys. So I hope you're having a beautiful St. Patrick's Day. I'm having a beautiful St. Patrick's Day. But yeah, as like the big thing with St. Patty's, yeah, dude, yeah, dude. I just went a whole freaking point. I went on a whole thing. I just whole spiel about calling him St. Patrick, and then I say St. Patty. What is wrong with me, dude? This is my point. I'm crafting it. This is my point. Window. There it goes. Out the window. And that's just the beauty and the charm of the podcast is that when I pretend to have a firm and grounded stance and a viewpoint on something, you know it's all fake. It's all baloney, okay? That's why I can't really talk about serious things because I'm so flexible, right? I'll play devil's advocate and the just other regular advocate. I'm just like, oh, this makes sense, but also this. But how about that? Have you considered? Perhaps. No, maybe. I don't know. So really, when you come to the show, you get all of the viewpoints, all right? So it's just a really one-man debate, and that's full circus in a nutshell. But like I was saying with St. Patrick's Day, it's a really complicated holiday, but it's not what we talk about, right? St. Patrick's Day is really just about the color green at this point and getting drunk. So not really a great time for the colorblind and sober, but yeah, it's kind of like with all holidays, it builds down from what the original meaning is and what the celebration's supposed to be about, and we're like, let's just do whatever we want. And I'm not going to go into what St. Patrick's Day is really about because this is a podcast, okay? Information's that way, make a Google search. It's not the Magic School Bus. We have fun here. But yeah, dude. So it's a really just interesting thing, and now it's just all about if you don't wear this color, which I'm not wearing, sorry. But I do have green lights, dude, behind me. I'll get to that in a second, but yeah, it's just right now it's just all about if you're not wearing a certain color, if you're not representing, then some sort of short leprechaun man is just gonna come and grab a little bit of your skin and squeeze it, which sounds way more violent than just saying the word pinch. But yeah, that's what St. Patrick's Day is all about. Or I guess it could just be a shorter ginger person. It doesn't have to be a leprechaun, but it's all about just this aggressive violence if you're not wearing the same kind of color. So I don't know what the story is on that, but hopefully with my green lights, the most beautiful shining glimmer of green you've ever seen, it rhymes. hopefully I will escape such violence, right? If that doesn't warrant a safety from pinching, I don't know what does, all right? And I would have worn a green shirt, okay? I would have, but I don't have a green shirt. I don't know why, but I don't have many colors, apparently. When I was going through, I uploaded that clip for the last episode of the podcast, like a little year in review, a little montage of all these beautiful moments from the podcast. And as I was going through those, I was like, wait a minute, is this the same episode? No, because I'm wearing the same clothes in like all of them. And I'm like, I wore that 3 episodes ago. Do I only own 4 shirts? So I realized I don't own a lot of clothes. And I actually tried to wear, it's not green still, but I was gonna wear a new blue hoodie that I got. I was like, okay, we'll step it up. We'll wear something new, something clean. But apparently I was just I was washing the freaking camera out that my entire face was just ghostly white, and you couldn't see anything. So now I have to wear this just plain white shirt, which is the least festive and colorful and plain and basic thing as far as attire goes you could possibly wear. But yeah, I was just, the camera just wasn't having it. Am I making excuses for just being so pasty and pale myself and say, the camera was being weird. It's not me. I'm not the problem. I'm not so white that technology can't keep up with my, pastiness. It's the camera's fault. Okay? Thank you. But yeah, I did take that off, and either way, I'm still in danger of being pinched, but it is what it is. Guys, what is going on? Hope you guys had a beautiful time. I'm so happy to be back in the booth. I love it, and we would have decorated the booth a little bit more for this kind of holiday, but it really is it is whatever. I mean, what do you get? Just like whiskey and ale and greenhouse. We got colors. It's good enough. I'm trying to defend it like that, but the truth is we don't have it in the budget. If you saw the last episode, we spent so much money. Okay, so as far as holidays, we can't go back to back. So I apologize for that, but also I hope you understand. But I hope you guys are having a great time. What else is happening, dude? I hate to talk about the weather, so I'm gonna do it really quick. But Ohio is so fun, dude. It's so interesting. We got 4 or 5 inches of snow over this past weekend, and the very next day it was 68 degrees out. What? And I don't even want to talk about it anymore, but I was just going to say that it reminds me of the SpongeBob episode where Plankton is jumping on the thermostat. He's spinning around, hot, cold. Cold, hot, cold, hot, cold. Kind of like the podcast, just bouncing back and forth. What will we think about next? And it just makes me think of that Ohio just really is this kind of wild card. It's just, you don't know what you're going to get day to day, and it's a beautiful mess. But yeah, we're not going to talk about the weather anymore because, like I said with the information, there's other places you can get that. Okay, there's a whole channel for the weather. Go find that. We don't like talking about it here. I just really wanted to throw in a SpongeBob reference. That's the truth. Yeah, so what else has been really going on, dude? What have I been thinking about? Interesting thoughts. Interesting. Oh, sorry. Thoughts. I got carried away. This is why I need to have the actual jingle playing. Guys, this past week has been, actually just the past couple days, have been mighty trying for me, okay? Because what I've been thinking about, what I've been feeling is the Browns, right? It's the off season for the NFL, and with that comes a hard fandom and legion, right? You really support your cause and your team in all ways possible, and it is a mess, okay? If you don't keep up with this stuff, let me just break it down for you. We have a quarterback, all right, named Baker Mayfield. Guy's been great. He's had a couple bad moments. I've been a real big fan. Some people, not so much. But he's done more for the Browns than any other Brown QB we've had in the past. So, going into this next season, the Browns, the organization, the team said, you know what, Baker, you will be our quarterback going for the next year. I don't care how rough season you had last year. We still support you. We believe in you. You are our quarterback. You are our team. Let's go. Then, apparently, they went behind his back, tried to get another quarterback, and he got upset. And then Baker's upset, and they didn't even get this other quarterback. So now there's just a whole lot of drama, and it's making him sad, and Baker might leave. And I don't want him to go because I love the Browns, and I need Baker on the team. And now I'm just kind of in a mess, guys. I'm in a fog, okay? So I've been struggling, and I hope it works out. Putting down the podcast, oh, please, Lord, keep Baker on the Browns, because I just feel like he needs to be a Cleveland Brown. If you don't care about the sports, don't worry about it. We're already done with that. But the reason I'm saying that is just because I have been a little bit of a funk. I've been a bit of a mood. But I've been using a little trick, right? I take photos or little memories or little things that make me happy, right? They're little smile deposits in my bank of joy. And when I'm stressed or when I'm not feeling great, I can look back on these things and they always make me happy. So today has been a very trying time. It's been very hard. There's been tons of news about the Browns. It's been stressing me out. I've been not feeling great. I know maybe I'm a bit too committed and dedicated to the sport called football that I have no part in. But I am concerned about it, and I do worry about it. So what we're going to do right now is look at one of my little memory deposits, okay? We're going to withdraw a little bit of laughter. Okay, so my interesting thought, I know this, I sang the jingle way too ahead. My thing wasn't about the Browns. It was about, this in particular, like having your little bank, your own little withdrawal system, your trust account where you can, trust that you're going to get happy when you start withdrawing the things that you putting in there. You know how this system works. So this has been the one I've been referring to the past couple of days and it just makes me happy. So before I show you this, it was a few days ago, right? And like I said, Ohio's weather's very tricky, okay? So this particular day started off very sunny, and and all of a sudden storms were brewing so hard, like just the tears of the fallen. I don't even know why, but it was a water rushing like it might have been the second flood. It was pouring rain, and I was driving behind this guy who I don't know, maybe he hadn't been in Ohio for a while, but he chose to let me just show you this. He chose to ride in the back of a pickup truck. Look at this guy. And it brings me so much joy. I mean, not because of his, I don't mean to laugh at his pain, but there's a certain comedic sense. And I'm just going to put the photo up here. I know I shouldn't have just showed it to the freaking camera, but there's a certain comedy in the fact that this guy jumped in the back of this truck and thought, yeah, here we go. Let's have some fun. The wind's down, wind blowing through my hair, and everything's going to be good. And it's pouring rain. And why didn't he hop back into the truck? And so it just makes me so happy. I was driving behind this guy for like 3 miles, like, man, eventually, because it'd been raining. It started raining, like, dude, okay, we're like 10 minutes into this thing. Is he just going to stay in there? Or, like, there's tons of places you can pull off to the side. So they just kept on going, and that's when I felt the need to take the photo. But the reason that makes me happy is not because of his pain, but I like to think the guy chose to stay back there, that there were other seats available still in the truck, and he's like, you know what, I put it in my brain that I was gonna have a joyful ride in the back of this truck, and it starts pouring rain, and his friend is like, hey Bobby, do you want to climb up here or something? He's like, no, I said I was going to do it, and I will honor my commitment. Learn a lesson, Browns, okay? Don't be going behind your QB's back and trying to get the QBs and make an old mess of things. Be like this guy in the back of the truck, and it just makes me happy. I don't know. It doesn't have to be too complicated, but this poor soul, this guy, Ohio weather got the best of him. Plankton got the best of him. And it just makes me, why is he back there? Why does he get up front? I don't know. And honestly, I don't ever want to know. And maybe this guy sees this and he'd be like, hey, let me clue you in. Let me elaborate on the details of the situation that was at hand. Stop right there. Okay? Don't tell me. Because I need this deposit, this withdrawal. This is something I can keep on pulling out over and over and over again, and I'm happy the way I'm doing it. So I hope you're okay. Hope you have a great time. Hope you're dry now. But yeah, that provided me much joy, and it's still doing that. That's the beauty of the bank of joy, guys, is that you can keep on going back for more. You can always get more out of the bank. What else is going on, dude? Dude, my mom is nice, guys. Okay, let me just flex and freaking get and rub it in your face of how awesome my mom is and how awesome my life is because I have my mom. Dude, my mom's so freaking nice. My mom's so freaking cool. So for the year of the podcast, right, this big celebration thing, like I was making a big deal of it, but it's just kind of just fun and silly. And my mom grabs the thumbnail, right? She grabs the photo, the little custom montage thing I made with all the, the montage year in review thing. And she gets it printed out, goes to a place, gets the frame, gives it to me with a bow on it, dude. I get the freaking gift, a surprise, and then she goes and gets a giant cookie cake, a celebration, happy. It's just really cool. And I'm so happy and thankful to have a mom like that makes my life awesome, dude. And I want to rub it in your face of how great my mom is. My mom is so nice. And I know I'm not being super nice right now, but, my mom has all the niceness. Sometimes I don't have any extra. But yeah, my mom's incredible. And sometimes you think, that she will be angry. Sometimes she has very valid reasons to be annoyed and frustrated and angry. And she's not like the rest of the boys. It's a big family of boys, and then just her. And we'll act out and scream and punch things and say stuff. And then she's just like, oh, like someone like wrongs her. And she's like, oh, that jerk. Oh, I'm sorry. I shouldn't have said that. It's like, Mom, it's okay. You can say something worse. Get fired up. He's like, no, you shouldn't speak bad about these people. I'm like, dang, she's so freaking nice. But yeah, if your mom is not as nice as mine, which I know she's not, in your face. Thanks, Mom. I love you. But anyway, I just wanted to say that because I am very appreciative. I don't mean to be a jerk about it, but I shouldn't say that. I shouldn't. I just should. I should learn from my mom. Okay, I should learn and say, hey, you know what? Yes, my mom's awesome. Your mom obviously. I mean, your mom might not be as awesome as mine, but my mom is pretty great. So thank you, Mom. I love you. What else has been going on, dude? Oh, I have a note, and I've talked about this many episodes ago on the podcast. I had a note that said caffeine frequency, and it has bewildered me for months and episodes and so long. And I don't know what that means still, caffeine frequency, but I'm sick of seeing this little tag in my notes that says, talk about me, talk about me. No, I can't because I don't know what it means, but I am trying to clean these things out. So I thought, you know what? At the end of the day, let's just speak the facts, all right? What is caffeine frequency? I don't know, right? A lot of people think I'm just hopped up on caffeine all the time. I'm not, okay? I'm just like this. So I'm just kind of going to baloney and BS my way through what caffeine frequency might be because I am going to talk about it. I know I just said no, but I should be more nice, like my mom, and just give in to my little podcast notes that are chirping at me and say, talk about us. And I will, caffeine frequency. I will give you justice. So caffeine frequency. What is caffeine frequency? Let's make something up. What was I thinking about back in June or something, right? What would caffeine frequency mean? Probably, if I'm getting to the mind of, 6 months ago, 8 months ago, Tristan, man, he was a wild guy and he was a bit of a spaz and he still didn't have a green shirt. But what did he think about? What was he feeling? What was the caffeine? You know what? This might not be true. I'm going to say this. Caffeine frequency, I was probably going to make a point about how caffeine's okay in little spurts, but the reason I don't touch it, again, you might not believe me, okay? But the reason I don't touch caffeine, I don't like it, is because I feel like if you keep on using caffeine and drinking coffee and stuff like that every single day, you become reliant. It's that little coffee bean is a freaking life support because people are like, don't talk to me till I have my coffee. Don't talk to me. I gotta have this thing. That's why I don't like caffeine, dude. I don't want to rely on any crap, okay? So I was probably thinking, dude, the frequency of your caffeine, if you're having it too much, then you're screwed and it sucks. And I don't know what the joke was in there, but you have to. It's not my fault. That was 8 months ago. 8 years ago, Tristan. It was 8 months ago, okay? So maybe I didn't have my comedic prowess down, and I thought that was funny. But the point is, I just remembered that, and I gave it back to you. So now we have that note. Now we can delete it. So make sure you're not having too much caffeine, or do. I don't know. Would I calm down with caffeine? I don't know. We'll think about it later. What else is going on? I'm just glad to delete that note, guys. Oh, dude. So after the last episode, no, it would have been Saturday, I think. I was tripping literal balls. Okay. What does that mean? I'll tell you. So I have no idea what happened. I don't know what occurred, what started this. I still don't have an answer. It's over now, but I'm just going to say there's no build up to what happened. I was sitting here in my basement, right? I was just looking back on the podcast, just watching some YouTube videos, and all of a sudden, my brain is fuzzing out. And I'm just like, whoa. And my eyes blink, I shut, I open up, and I'm like, holy crap. I just feel like I dozed off. and had like 2 dreams. And I'm like, what the heck? I never even, like, I'm sitting up, okay? I didn't fall asleep sitting up. I'm here. I'm like clicking, you know? So I'm like, what just happened? And then while I'm trying to process what just happened, bang, filled with like 2 more dreams. I'm like, oh my gosh. So then I start freaking out. And I'm like, okay. And I'm like really trying to process what's happening. Boom, 3 more. And I quit at that point. When you just have like 5 or 6 dreams out of nowhere, you throw it away. Okay, so I'm like, okay, I'm going to bed. I can't do this anymore. I don't know what this is. I can't handle this situation. Okay. So I decided to go upstairs. So I grab my phone. I'm walking up the stairs, and all of a sudden I'm upstairs. Okay, I've never done drugs. No, nothing. Straight edge society, hardcore. Okay, I'm sober. No, none of bad stuff. I was eating pizza. That's it. But I do love some pizza. But anyways, all of a sudden I was upstairs, like in the blink of an eye, and I'm like actually getting scared. I'm like talking to people. I'm like, hey, you what's happening? And I'm start Googling stuff and start saying, oh, you know, obviously, like I said, you Google things, it just means you're dying. I'm like, frick, you know. But I'm like separating, like I'm getting punched into the astral plane like Doctor Strange. I'm like just floating through this reality like I'm high, and I have no clue what happens. I have no result, no conclusion of what this was, but last Saturday, I was literally a ghost for like an hour, and I was just filled with, and I can't remember the dreams now, but I was just kept getting filled with all these memories and thoughts and things that I never had before. Like I was separating from the plane of reality and existence, and I was like I'm trying to catch up to my body. No. And it was just really freaking me out, man. So if anyone knows what that could be, let me know. The only thing that we might have discovered is that maybe I'm allergic to Tums, which how pathetic and sad would that be? You know, people are allergic to shellfish and, you know, and peanut butter and stuff like that, and I'm like, this is like little tummy medicine. Hey, my belly hurts. You know, yo, have some Tums? No, can't. You know, can't have Tums. So I don't know what that is. I'd never had them before, except supposedly I had one back a few years ago and had some sort of reaction. So I don't know what that could be, but it was so freaky and scary, and I don't ever want to experience that ever again. And yeah, so my mind was just like on hyperdrive, and I wish I would have just like had a giant chalkboard and just got like, I'm just like just writing down the secrets to the universe, and had no idea that I had this kind of information. And so yeah, that's why I can't have coffee, guys, because I was just eating like pizza, and I think I might have had a bowl of chocolate ice cream. So maybe there was some little caffeine in there, and my brain went, what? You know. So anyways, I don't know if I have any lasting effects. Maybe I am secretly a genius, but my brain hasn't figured it out yet. And what is it? Yeah, I shouldn't have coffee. In my brain, right? Mr. Vij. The truth is, man, I am just filled with so many good and awesome segues that it's so hard to pick one. That's what it is. And when I do finish a topic, I'm like, here's my intersection, and it's not a roundabout, guys, okay? This is a freaking 18-way. How do you choose? Each one leads to a different promised land of joyfulness and in beauty and charm. So it's really hard for me to really pick which direction I want to go. And usually I just kind of sit there and just drive into the curb. Like, I can't decide. So that's what this podcast is. But, guys, thank you so much for tuning in. This has been Full Circus. We're going to cut it down because, no good reason, but I ran out of notes. And because the only thing I had left to talk about was Caffeine Frequency, but I already did that. So, yeah, thank you guys so much for tuning in. Hope you're having a beautiful St. Patrick's Day. Hope you did, and having a beautiful week and a beautiful time. Make sure you get some joyful deposits in your, happy bank and have some good time. And make sure you stay away from Ohio weather because that stuff's a mess. But, guys, I love you. I'll see you in the next episode. You know it's episode 54, even though we don't really pay attention to the details. It was, but episode was 55 again. Doesn't matter, but also kind of impressive. All right,